Game Awards, though. John's message about this just cracked me up because I hadn't seen it yet, and all John said was, "Yo, the nominees are wild."
Yeah, because I think I said, like Game of the Year nominees,
Yeah.
but I that message mostly just been the nominees overall for everything are just wild.
There's a lot of question marks. So we're gonna go through these and shout out ones that we think got snubbed because I personally have some opinions on a few that got snubbed, especially one that I feel very much got snubbed, and we will get there. But let's start off with the hot topic.
It's interesting because there's several in here that I think that like I looked at and I'm like, you probably appreciate the fact that a lot of these got nominated when they never entered my mind.
You are correct. There are a lot in there where I'm
you're picky.
It's not that I'm picky. There are just a couple things that just makes no damn sense to me. All right?
I've been the one throwing the fit about it, and I'm calling you picky.
I know.
I've relaxed my views on it.
No, there's a couple things that really just irk the crap out of me that did not get nominated. We'll get there. But let's start off with the hot topic. Game of the Year nominees. So, to no surprise, like everyone thought, Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree is on there.
My favorite thing about did you actually watch the thing? Or
I did not watch it. No.
On the showcase when he got to Game of the Year, there was an added line that he said.
Of course there was,
because it was, and the panel of judges, which I am not a part of, selected these. He added the which I'm not a part of.
This son of a bitch. Yeah, right, Jeff. I don't buy that.
It was like I got a real chuckle out of it.
Yeah, I don't buy that. Well, so we nailed 5 of these on the head. Then you have the shocker of the bunch, which big shout out. So you got Astrobot, you got Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree DLC. I'm going to continue to hammer on that. And then what's the last one, John?
We got Balatro as nominated for Game of the Year.
Shout out, man.
So, you know what? Good for you.
Yeah, no, good for them, man. No, I think it was Spawnwave tweet about this where he's just like, the most interesting thing about Balatro making Game of the Year is everyone that did not play it shit on the fact that it made Game of the Year, go download to try it, fall in love with it, and then praise it and to get other people to try to play it.
Dude, there's been so many. I've seen so many like parody shorts or like YouTube shorts of people being like, man, what is this Balatro game? Why is it nominated for Game of the Year?
Right.
And then it's like, yeah, I guess I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And then you come back and they're like obsessively looking at decks of cards.
Yep.
And like playing the game. They're just like, what happened to you, man? It's like, it's Balatro.
Yeah. By any chance, have you heard of a content creator named Danny Mata?
Maybe
you might have seen
it. It doesn't ring a bell.
He put up a couple of TikToks about this where he went through the nominees, and when he went through the nominees originally, he said that he didn't know what the fuck Balatro was. He's never heard of it. And then he made the follow-up. He's like, since everyone roasted me that I didn't know what it was, I'm going to sit down and play it. And he showed the clock on his computer. He's like, it's 11:57. I'm going to play this till 12:57. This game has a chance to impress me. And then the next update was he turns over to the clock. He's like, so it's now 5 o'clock and I'm still playing Balatro. I mean, I didn't think this was going to happen. Then there was another update because when he did this, it was like a Tuesday. So in that same clip, he went over. It's like, so it's now Thursday and I'm still playing Balatro. I'm just like, that feels like the trend for Balatro right now.
Yeah. It's the people who got obsessed with it earlier in the year, and then the people who are like, what is this game? And now they are obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm. No, I've been wanting to actually check it out. I was wanting to check it out on my phone. I feel like it'd be a good game to play on the phone.
It is.
Yeah,
it would be a great one.
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to buy it because it's like $10 in the App Store. So I've been wanting to pick it up. But seeing it make Game of the Year, I mean, shout out, man. Yeah. That's awesome. That's so cool.
It's one of those where it's like, yeah, the big focus has been on the DLC making it into it.
Yeah.
The bigger thing is this like one man developed game that took everyone by storm, actually made it to Game of the Year.
Right.
Like nominations. That is shout out. That is like that is one of the ultimate like, it can happen.
Yeah. See, it can happen. Wasn't it just like last year, I think, when we made our predictions, someone made a prediction that a mobile game would make game of the year. Now, granted, I know that was you.
Yeah.
I know this didn't start as a mobile game, but hey, look, you did it, John.
I know. It's like, yeah, because I know that was at least like I mentioned that because man, it's happening.
Yeah.
We've gotten closer and closer every year.
Yeah, and now it's happened. A mobile game has made game of the year. I know it didn't start as a mobile game, but it is a mobile game, so that's pretty cool. Shout out.
The thing is, I don't think Balatro is going to take game of the year.
No,
here,
no.
But in its other categories, I think it's blowing stuff out of the water.
Really? Okay. Well, okay. So for game of the year, is it Shadow of Erdtree in your opinion?
I'm changing my opinion.
Oh.
I'm sticking
with Black Myth.
I'm sticking with Black Myth. I'm sticking with my early year pick.
Okay.
And yes, I think there is a very good chance that Shadow of Erdtree ends up taking it. It could. There is the outside chance because Black Myth Wukong did do incredible numbers.
Yep.
It could just be people look at it and go, Elden Ring's already won. I'm going with the other game that I enjoyed.
I would like to see Astrobot or Black Myth win it. I could see Astrobot, Black Myth, or Elden Ring be the winners. I would be shocked if the other three won, personally.
I have a slightly differing opinion on that.
Okay.
In my opinion, it would be Elden Ring, Black Myth, and Astrobot's there. I think it's winning other categories.
Yeah.
The other nominee? It's
Metaphor and Final
Fantasy.
Yeah,
making sure I wasn't getting my game wrong there. My dark horse for game of the year for the past few weeks has been Metaphor.
Really? Okay.
See, it's not my type of game, but I know everybody who has played it
loves it.
Just raves about it, and everybody who's seen it understands why everybody likes it. So it could pull in some of that casual vote.
Yeah. I don't think it'll win Game of the Year, but the very next category where the nominees are repeats of the Game of the Year nominees, I think my pick is actually Metaphor, which is Best Game Direction. I think Metaphor is going to take that one personally.
What's the
awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design? So I think with just the whole general approach of what Metaphor is about, if that categorizes for what this is kind of going for, that's why I say Metaphor. If it's simply talking about like general like gameplay mechanics and stuff, it's going to go to Balatro.
Yeah, I don't.
It's kind of a vague category.
I don't necessarily have an opinion on the category.
Yeah, that's kind of a vague one because, like, I guess what I'm referring to is, like, I guess the narrative sake of it. There is a best narrative, but I think the general theming of Metaphor is why I think it's going to win best game direction. But again, if it's just strictly based on just unique gameplay mechanics, Balatro, at least, or Astrobot.
Yeah, I could more see Astrobot taking the category.
Let's see. We had the best narrative, which would be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. I think it's actually Hellblade or Metaphor. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's gonna be one of those two. I think Hellblade could be a sneaky dark horse here.
I don't think Hellblade would take it because I think while the game is good, the shortness of the game caught people off guard.
For new players, yeah.
Well, yeah, for new players, but it's one of those where it came out and it's like that was a lot of what the news was when the game came out.
Yeah.
Granted, that's probably settled by now, and people have, like, I don't personally know what a lot of the takes were. I haven't looked into it.
Mm-hmm.
I got the dark horse again. Silent Hill.
Silent Hill for best narrative. I could see that.
I'm not happy that I'm saying
that.
I
could see that.
I'm not. I think it's Silent Hill or potentially Final Fantasy, which I'm very unhappy about because it's two fucking remakes.
All right, what about best art direction? We got Astrobot, Wukong, Elden Ring, Metaphor, and Neva. I say Metaphor just because of the menus alone. They got a freaking New York Times article about it.
It got a New York Times article about it, but
Neva's a pretty game.
Neva's a very pretty game.
Yeah.
I almost want to go Black Myth.
See, for a knee-jerk reaction, I almost said Black Myth. I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know. Metaphor is a really pretty game.
Metaphor is a really pretty game, but Black Myth Wukong is also a really pretty game with a bunch of different environments that all look fantastic.
Right.
I would put Black Myth there.
Next up would be best score in music, which I have no opinion on these besides Metaphor, which it's Astro, Final, Silent, Stellar,
From
and Metaphor. Which shout out to Stellar for getting
from
nominated.
what I've heard, Stellar might destroy this
Okay,
category.
all right. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it did, so I guess shout out to that.
I've seen a couple people putting their nominees out or like their votes out there, and apparently Stellar Blade has an incredible score.
Best audio design: Astrobot, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, Hellblade, and Silent Hill. I'll give me Hellblade on that one. For audio design, recognizing best in-game audio and sound design with the whole general idea of what Hellblade is, give me Hellblade.
I have no context for this category other than what were the nominees again?
Astro, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, Hellblade, and Silent Hill.
Yeah, I don't have any frame of reference for this category.
I'm just saying Hellblade just because like the general theming of the game, like it's all like a lot of audio based stuff. So that's why I'm saying it. I think it could win best audio design.
You know what? Throw it or Astrobot.
There you go.
Give it a coin flip for me.
Did you look at the best performance? Did you have an opinion on the best performance this year? Because we've had some stacked lineups the past few years.
I have like for best performance, I have like no frame of reference here.
Yeah, like I don't either. Brianna White from Final Fantasy VII, which she voices as her name Aerith, I believe. I'm not sure. Aerith, thank you. Hannah Tell, which of course voices Max. So shout out to that for Life is Strange, double exposure.
Haven't played it yet. It's on my list to do.
Hey, spoiler alert, it's on sale.
I know. I looked at it earlier.
Yeah, so am I. Trust me. Then we have Humbly Gonzalez, who played Kay, the protagonist for Star Wars Outlaws. Then you have Luke Roberts, who played James, I think, for Silent Hill 2. And then Melina Juergens, who, of course, plays as Shinnu in Hellblade 2. I feel like I could go to Hellblade 2 one here or Life is Strange, maybe. But again, I don't have frame of reference because I have not played these 5 games yet.
I haven't played them.
So I don't know how great the performances are.
I haven't played it. I don't really have a frame of reference. So for me, just if I was voting on it, I would go from the voice actress of Max.
Shout out. Return of Max.
Just because like the original Life is Strange holds a very dear place to me.
Yeah, I understand. Me too. I love that damn game. That's why I'm so excited to finally play it, especially since it's on sale.
Yeah, it's like going back and playing this new one.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it yet, but that's going to be probably very emotional for me when I do.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it. Let's see. Next up is innovation and accessibility. You got COD, Diablo, Dragon Age, Prince of Persia, and Star Wars Outlaws. Just for what BioWare did for the stupid hair, which is not stupid, but it's just crazy how detailed they went for it. Give me Dragon Age. Have you seen about this? That they created an entirely separate engine for the hair.
Yeah, but
it's crazy.
What's the category say it's for?
Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
I wouldn't for that feature.
I know. I'm
not giving it to them for that. I'm very much enjoying the game, but I haven't checked out the accessibility options, and usually there's usually a standout where I'm like, I notice it immediately.
Right.
Like when they have a bunch of options. I don't have a standout pick for this category either.
Yeah, I don't
Probably
either.
also because I haven't played half the games.
Games for Impact. I have not played any of these, unfortunately. Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Hellblade, and Tales of Kinzura.
Tales of was it Kinzura?
Kinzura, yeah.
Yeah. Give me that one.
Yeah. I would probably say that one too. Best ongoing game: Destiny 2, Diablo, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. Is it Helldivers time to win something? After the amazing start it had at the beginning of the year.
I don't think so.
What's going to win then? Is it going to be Final Fantasy?
This is the Final Fantasy category.
It is.
I mean, this is historically the Final Fantasy category. This used to be the fight between Final Fantasy and No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky's doesn't have any updates now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of No Man's Sky, here it is in the next category. Best community support: Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Helldivers, and No Man's Sky.
What's the bet that people just see Baldur's Gate and vote?
Well, see, I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate because they added all the mod support this year.
Well, yeah, it's like they had a lot of the support there, but what I'm saying is, what's
Yeah,
the
I
bet
mean,
that
true.
people just see Baldur's Gate
It's
and
like
just click it?
click, bum. I mean, I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate. I think adding the mod support's pretty. I mean, that or Final Fantasy, No
I
Man's
would,
Sky. I don't know.
I would probably go Baldur's Gate here.
Yeah. Best independent game: Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. This is a stacked category. I'll be honest with you.
It's a good category. Balatro should fucking sweep this.
Yeah. Let's see. Best debut indie game: Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. Also
That's a
a good
fucking
category.
great category.
This is also a damn good category.
That is a fantastic category for it.
Do you think Animal Well could take this? Balatro still? I mean, I get it. Balatro was nominated. For Game of the Year.
I think Balatro is gonna take most categories besides Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Animal Well, I hope it wins one of those categories.
Yep.
I mean, also the other nominations are fucking crazy for indie games.
Yep. Next up, best mobile game. We've got AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon TCG Pocket. Already made it. Shout out to that. Weathering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero. This is normally just Hoyoverse's category to always win, but they got some competition
Well, there
this
was
time. Marvel Snap.
Marvel Snap.
Yeah.
That was also one where like it came out and got nominated very quickly.
Yeah. So this is you got some contenders here. I'm just gonna say Balatro.
Yeah, I mean, Zenless is in there. Like, this is usually the Hoyoverse category. They always have an outside chance of winning it.
Yeah.
I think the two top two for this category are probably going to be Pokemon TCG Pocket and Balatro.
Yeah.
Because Pocket is fucking blown up.
True. I mean, the downloads and the amount of money for it's insane. I saw something where someone has now completed collecting every card in the current set of the game, and it took them like $1,500.
Jesus.
And like over, God, I don't even know how many packs they opened. I mean, it was I think for some reason one of two numbers are standing out to me, and my friend, they are drastically different numbers. It was either 1,700 or 17,000. A lot of packs. I think it was might have been 17,000 packs. Next up, we have best VR/AR game. We have Arizona Sunshine Remake. I didn't know that was a game to begin with, so I guess shot for getting a remake.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was a game. I didn't know it got a remake.
Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellslinger VR, and Metro Awakening. It's gonna be Batman or Metro Awakening. I'm gonna say Batman. Apparently, Batman was really good.
I'm gonna say Batman because it's the only one that I heard good stuff about.
I heard good things about Metro Awakening, but I'm gonna say Batman because the people really loved it. All right, let's go to the next one. Best action game. Some good lineup here. We got Black Myth. We got COD. Cool, I guess. Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Good lineup.
I think this is a fight between two. I'll let you give your opinion first, though.
Are you going to say Space Marine and Black Myth?
Yep.
All right. I'm glad
Space Marine and Black Myth
we're on the same page.
I think are the two contenders here.
Yeah, I'm going to say Black Myth takes this one. Give me Black Myth.
I think Black Myth's gonna win it. I think Black Myth is gonna win it, but give me Space Marine just so they get something.
Oh yeah, so they can walk home with an award.
Yeah, I wanna see Space Marine walk away with something.
Best action adventure. We've got Astrobot, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
One of these are not, or at least one of these are not like the others.
Which one would that be?
Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's an adventure game.
I mean, it's an adventure game.
It's technically an action adventure game.
Yeah, but look at the rest of the category.
I
One of these was like one of these was considered to be like kind of a mid game by at least players.
I'm gonna say Astrobot here. I like Astrobot here.
I'd like it. Yeah, I'd say Astrobot here. I'd like to see it take some stuff.
Next up, we got Best RPG. Dragon's Dogma 2. Finally got nominated for something. Shadow of Erdtree. Final Fantasy and Rebirth. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor. Good category.
I'm gonna say, give me Like a Dragon.
Like a Dragon for best RPG. I'm gonna agree with you. Give me Like a Dragon here. That or just Elden Ring, which is gonna make me mad, but whatever. All right, best fighting game. Here we go. This is always a category. It's either got some great shit or some random shit. And this overall, not bad. We got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Multiverses, and Tekken 8. Good category. It's going to go to Tekken 8.
Give me Tekken.
Yeah, it's going to go to Tekken, though. Good category, though. Shout out. Let's see. Best family game, aka the Nintendo category. And this is where I have one of my beefs. So we got Astrobot, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, The Plucky Squire, and you have fucking Princess Peach Showtime. And you shaft Sonic for Princess Peach Showtime. This is bullshit. That game is terrible. The fact it got nominated for anything makes me mad.
I think you think people like Sonic more than they do.
People love Sonic, John.
Okay, honestly, you put Princess Peach and you put Sonic here. Which one do you think is getting more recognition?
Sonic. Sonic's the one with the movie trilogy. Come on now.
It doesn't matter to the casual person. Princess Peach is going to be what they recognize. No. You have to be realistic.
I am.
You're really not. You were speaking as a Sonic fan, as someone who doesn't give a shit about either of them. I can tell you Princess Peach is more recognizable.
No, it's Sonic. I'm making a short about this, and you tell me if you agree or not. It's Sonic, damn it. Give me Astrobot, though.
Astrobot's winning.
Yeah, and once again, we got 3 Nintendo titles, and Nintendo will not take home the category.
They never do, actually.
They really don't. Best Sim Strategy, Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kinatsu Gama, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. So pumped that got nominated. Let's go. Unicorn Overlord, so good.
Okay, but purely because I'm not going to say that I want a remake to win a category.
Okay.
What was the second one?
Frostpunk 2.
Give me Frostpunk 2.
Give me Age of Mythology just to spite you.
Frostpunk is actually it's a very, very unique fun sim game. I haven't played the second one, but if they built upon that system, then yeah, give me that.
All right, the next one is where my biggest beef is in this whole nominee list. This one has my biggest complaint. Best sports racing.
Oh, this category rocks.
Dude, this category is bullshit.
This category
awesome. Is stupid. Hey, you have F1 24, EA Sports Football Club 25, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, and WWE 2K24. Where's college football? Still the most highest selling game of the year. The game that moved consoles. What are we doing?
We're recognizing the good games.
Whoa!
Give me WWE 2K24.
Give me none of them. Give me college football 25. This list is bullshit.
College football is not going to make it on the list. It's not going to be there next year.
It needs to be.
Give me WWE.
This was the one year that college football could have made it because it was a return and it's the highest selling game of the year and it moved consoles. Next year it'll just be a game. Next year's just going to be a release.
Yeah, that's when it'll be there because the problem was there was so much hype behind it. And even you, when the game came out, you were like, yeah, the game's good, but you were kind of begrudging about it because it was
there were certain things that annoyed me.
It was different that you had annoyances with. I think the fact that every single player had the same annoyances that they complained about might be why it's not here.
It needs to be here.
There were too many people who had the same complaints about it that it got enough attention where it's not here.
I don't want to pick any of these.
You know out of those you'd pick WWE.
I know. Best multiplayer: Call of Duty, Helldivers, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Space Marine 2.
Shout out that Space Marine 2 made it into this category. What kind of year did we have for multiplayer games?
Where Space Marine 2 makes the list. Shout out.
This is where Helldivers takes it.
Yeah, give me Helldivers here. Also, shout out that there's been no Power World on
Yeah.
the debut indie, the multiplayer. Shout out to that.
I have a reason for it.
Okay.
I have a reason I can break down besides Nintendo suing them.
Okay.
It is the same reason that Grounded was not nominated for anything for a long period of time. It's
Early
their early
access.
access. They have not
Yep.
officially launched yet. Once they go into 1.0, they'll be nominated.
All right, that's fair. I'm sure you're gonna have a hard opinion on this one. Best adaptation: Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, and Tomb Raider.
There's one thing in this category that's called Arcade.
Yep.
No, the thing is, this is actually a really like. It's good to see that we have a good category, but Arcane should wipe the floor with everything here.
It's a shame Borderlands isn't in here. Borderlands would come out on top.
You shut your whore mouth. You watch Borderlands and then say that.
All right, bet. Still need to watch season 2 of Arcane. I am very excited to check it out, though. I also still need to watch Knuckles. I haven't watched Knuckles yet. I haven't watched Fallout either. I haven't watched a lot of shit this year.
Guy over here trying to advocate for Sonic being in Game of the Year category. Hadn't even watched Knuckles.
Whoa, calm down.
You're supposed
I've
to
been
be
busy.
you're supposed to be the Sonic fan.
I'm watching Sonic 3. As
You
soon as
ain't
it comes out.
got time to watch Knuckles, but you can replay Mass Effect trilogy for the 30th time.
You're damn right I can.
You could have it on the other TV.
I'm focused on Mass Effect, having a good time.
You could have it on the other TV if you'll pay just as much attention to either one.
Whatever. Next up, Content Creator of the Year. There's one winner here, and to me, it's Queso. Give me Queso. I don't know the rest of these.
At least name them off. You've named everything else.
Yeah. So we have Illawan. We have Techo Gamers. I kept reading that as a no. Techo Gamers. Typical Gamer and USADA Picora.
Pekra.
Looks like Picora. All right, well, Pekra.
Yeah, I would say queso.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got the obligatory VTuber in Content Creator of the Year.
Yep.
Which, funny enough, I think they've won the past few years.
I think they have. We got Best Esports Game. Counter-Strike 2, Dota, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang,
We
and
are
Valorant.
into the League Wins category.
Yep.
So League Wins.
And you have Best Esports Athlete.
This is the Faker Wins category.
Yep, Faker's in there. So.
Of course, he's in there just about every year, and he wins every time. This year, in particular, he deserves the win.
Yeah.
This was an unbelievable Worlds for him.
Let's see. So the other guys we have 33. We have Alex Sib, Chovy, Faker, Zaiwu, and I'm not sure how you would pronounce his name. It's ZMJJKK. How would do you know?
I don't remember how they pronounce that.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's gonna be Faker though. So shout out. Best esports team: Bilibili Gaming, Gen G, Navi, T1, and Team Liquid.
All of the esports teams out there, we got 3 league teams.
Yep.
This is gonna be T1 though.
Yep.
Shout out to Liquid from Dota actually making it in though. I actually watched a ton of them during the international this year.
Oh, that's the end. No best esports event this year. That's normally been a category in the past.
If it was, it would be a unanimous event. I watch League Worlds most years. I tend to watch a lot of events every year, or like I try to at least watch one event from multiple different esports every year to kind of get an idea of some stuff out there. But Worlds this year, I'd say this was a top 3 Worlds,
Right.
like in history.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was all the nominees. Like I said, college football got robbed. That's bullshit. Sonic X Shadow Generations got robbed. That's bullshit. But, whatever. It's okay.
We're looking for the best games of the year.
Whoa, buddy. Was there anything that stood out to you, like something that you thought for sure would get in something and didn't?
Oh, not particularly. Kind of like most of the big games that I thought would get into a category kind of got there. It's like some other stuff was there. Some stuff did surprise me. like Star Wars Outlaws being in did surprise me.
That's true.
Like Dragon Age Veilguard getting in for a nomination kind of took me off guard. Like, but then again, I don't know what its accessibility options were and stuff like that. So maybe it had more stuff that I paid attention to. But for the most part, I think all the games I thought were gonna be there were there. There were some titles that didn't or that showed up that I wasn't necessarily expecting because I don't have context for them, and I knew them from like hearing you or somebody else talk about it, like Plucky
Right.
Squire.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see Plucky Squire.
I'm glad it got in there. It's really fun.
Everybody's been surprised at Balatro making it into Game of the Year.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we've kind of seen now that more people have jumped in to see what it's all about, I think we could agree it deserves it. It's weird that it's in there stacked up against some juggernauts. But it just goes to show sometimes it purely is just gameplay and fun versus big budgets.
True. I think for me, the biggest thing that I was happy with all the nominees is I was happy Unicorn got something because that kind of got lost in the shuffle. You know, it came out alongside Dragon's Dogma. It came out alongside Rise of the Ronin, which did not reach the heights of a Dragon's Dogma, but it was still like, it had its little moment. It came out around that period. So it got kind of lost besides people that were playing it. So I'm glad it got nominated for some because it is a really fun game.
Yeah, I guess the other thing was Dragon's Dogma got its nomination.
Yeah.
It was one where, when it came out, like it kind of took over, but it took over for a short period of time because I think either people played it for a while, kind of finished with it, or kind of like me, where they like I was excited for it and played it for like 12 hours or so, and then realized, this maybe it isn't for me.
Right.
So, I mean, I didn't think it was going to get a nomination, but that's from my perspective of my enjoyment of the game. So, I guess there were enough people, like it was liked enough out there by enough people.
Yeah. Also glad to see that the Lost Crown didn't get lost to the wayside, it being such an early January game, especially since the team had been dissolved because, it didn't meet the expectations they thought it'd hit because they were expecting Metroid Dread levels, which was set up for failure. So I'm glad Lost Crown got nominated for a few things and it didn't just get lost to the wayside because, that was such an early year release. That was like January 16th.
It was one I completely forgot about, but when I saw it in the nominations, I went, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's also on sale for Black Friday, so I want to pick it up. I still want to play it.
Overall,
Demo was a lot of fun.
Overall, I would say nominations went about as well as you could expect. There's definitely some ones you look at and go, wait a second.
Yeah.
But we tend to... Usually it's like one or two in the nominations. So I think about what you could expect.
Yeah, I agree.
Weird. I did saw a video that I had kind of had the thought in the back of my mind, and it wasn't until I heard someone else say it that I kind of had the moment where you sit back and go, wait a second, yeah. It is weird that Shadow of the Erdtree get its own Game of the Year nomination. Considering Phantom Liberty didn't.
Yeah, I know. Phantom Liberty got shafted
because it's basically the same concept.
Yeah.
But I guess now that the rule has been established going forward, we'll probably see more stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Steve in chat. Sorry, Steve, I did not see your messages because I had the web browser pulled up over here, so I could still watch, everything on this side. So I do apologize for not seeing your messages till now. Also, congratulations to you, my friend. Hopefully, father life is going well for you. The nominees are bad this year. He said Outlaws in there. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, it's in there for something. Remasters and DLC content in there makes me not even want to watch it. And he just now said Dragon's Dogma was released in the middle of all the Baldur's Gate 3 type still. Granted, the tail end of it, but it still had an uphill battle. Because wasn't that around the time where Baldur's Gate 3 got its mod support or something?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But I mean, obviously Baldur's
It
Gate
was early. It was beginning of the year.
Yeah, but obviously Baldur's Gate was still very much on fire at the first quarter of the year.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about like remakes and that being in there, I mean, I'm like an outspoken
Yeah.
advocate that they do not deserve to be in Game of the Year or in any nominations besides if they had a category for it. But I understand. I mean, it's been this way forever.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a good or a remake of an older game, it always ends up being nominated. We had Final Fantasy VII remake years back when it was in there. Every year since, we've had the latest in the Resident Evil remakes.
Yep.
They're always nominated for Game of the Year
Yep.
and for a couple other categories. I've kind of gotten used. I'm still going to complain about it every year,
Yeah.
but I understand it at least.
Right.
I understand that's going to keep happening, but I'm going to keep complaining about them being nominated.
I'm gonna definitely complain if we get more DLCs nominated. I'm just gonna keep it real.
The thing is, I don't think it's going to happen too often
I
because
don't either.
we don't get enough big DLCs. Like I tried to think back, and I'm like, what are the big ones that could have been in there? Maybe Phantom Liberty could have been if it would have been a thing. But
Yeah.
if the rule had been established before then. Monster Hunter Iceborne could have been.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't usually get these big giant DLCs anymore.
Yeah.
We usually get smaller pack size, or they're just season updates.
I just really hate how, like, really genuinely, because I'm with you on that, or it's like, I don't think we're going to see it. I think this just got made for Elden Ring, and that makes me so damn mad. Because, like, the biggest thing that, like, kind of irks me about it is that I did some more kind of little bit of research, just a little bit, not much, but a little bit just from like word of mouth and kind of doing some reading and some articles and stuff. Like, when it comes to this being nominated for Game of the Year, Shadow of Erdtree, is like, you have to reach a very certain point of the game before you can even really access this content and be able to do the content.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, again, it's like you have to play an entirely different game to even get to this thing that's nominated for Game of the Year. And I think that's
That's the
horseshit.
thing, because when the DLC was announced, I think it was like 20. It was either 25 or 31, somewhere in that range, % of players had the achievement unlocked for killing the boss that you had to do to access the DLC.
Yeah.
So it was like a very low number of people had actually gone far enough into the game where they would get access to the DLC.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, granted,
That's why it makes me so damn mad this is even a thing.
yeah, it's one where if you bought it and you didn't have access to it unless you had a character made, played through the base game, played up to a point, and killed a boss to be able to access the NPC to be able to take you there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, frustrating.
To your statement you said earlier where Jeff added the little nugget of, like, the jury that I am not a part of voted on this. Jeff, you need to fire the jury. This jury is crap. I'm sorry. Well, just for the Elden Ring thing. Ultra getting in is cool. That's fine. But the Elden Ring thing is stupid. I don't think I'm ever going to let go of this.